Good morning. Alrighty. Looks like we're pulling back here. 780s, 19780s. Let's get my levels marked out here. Check and see if we have any news this morning. What do we have? 1 o'clock 10-year note auction. That's basically it. What up, Timbo? That's basically it. 1 year. So no real news today. See what Mancini has to say here. Plan 5620 is support. We're kind of below that already. Sell to 97 below. $56.50 must recover to C. So $56.50 has to recover, man. That same level again there. So kind of looking like a pullback. Cooper, good morning, Trev. Morning, Robert. Green Knight in the house. All right. Let's get this going here. All right, hold on 1 second, guys. Let me get this figured out. Let's get everything figured out. Run a little behind, so. We got less than a minute here till open, too. Don't like feeling rushed like that, but. Good morning, Predator. All right. At that 749 level, looking like we're going to just run right through down there. All right, let's see what happens. What up, Jamie? You need 6 points so you know I'm blowing this? No, I don't blow it. Come on now. Good morning, CT. Nice little push up. Little retest of that 800 level there. 50 EMA. Pulling back. Darn it. Gotta get everything on here. All right. Got that going. Matty Matt, good morning. ES pushing back up here, 56.20. See if it kind of reclaims that level. So 56.20 pushing up there. Nasdaq back above the 800s here. Nice little push up here. All right, let's see here. Nice push higher here. Nice little push up. Going higher so far. Start Bulenox into a mix. Yeah. Let's see here. Scaling rule. Okay, I'm looking at an account here. Nice little push lower here, potentially. Back to the 25s there on the ES. What up, Kurt? Good morning. So that nice little push up there. We'll kind of see what we get off that. Kind of watching over here. Retesting ES all the way back up to the 5628s here. So I'm just kind of waiting to see here. No world news. What up, Pine Tree? What up, Pine Tree? Kind of watching the 5-minute here as well. I'm not in love with the long, to be honest, but I guess if it happens. Morning, Alito. How's it going? What up, Rob? Yeah, it's kind of pushing. Still kind of just watching here. Looking to see what we got. How big is this gap? I do think the draw is lower. I don't think that's any real secret, right? Tech T in the house. We'll push up. We did break structure on the 5-minute. A little scary to try to take something like that here at open. I mean, it could blast up, but a little scary to try to take that at open. Trying to be a little more patient. Let's see here. I'm gonna disconnect my connection right quick here. Excuse me. I reconnect it. Should come back up pretty quickly. Well, I thought I would have came back up quickly. There we go. All right. Kind of holding up here. What up, Alito? Not much. Just, you know, we did activate those accounts last night. Let me show you guys kind of what we're working with. We did activate our new APEX accounts. So we also got our 2 Bulenox funded accounts down there. So we got all those linked. We'll be copying across those. Looks like the 5-minute breakout is probably going to pay here. It's up 11 points. So, good morning, Marson. So, we'll try to be patient, find a spot. $56.31 on the ES is the high right now. We did win last night. We are now 7-0, and the baseball team just updated the record. 7-0, we won 12-2. Look for a good Lambo trading advice. I don't know, Marson. I think we're still going down, but I have no idea, to be honest. I was leaning down, and then we open up. I think most people were leaning like we take that level lower too, and then we open up and it just rips higher. But is it a bad thing? No, it's not a bad thing. I think it's still fine for it to go higher, just to go lower. We'll kind of see what the market offers us, and we just go from there. ES back to the VWAP. Cap's too big. Bottom feeder always buying low. Yeah. Let's see if price wants to test the 75 level here. Kind of looking like it wants to, but we'll see. Morning, Coach Fred. $30 short. Was an odd closure. Yes, rejecting off the VWAP there. Pull back and tested that pivot at the 40. Now kind of pushing higher. What's up, Joseph? Good morning. So we're kind of just looking for a clear spot here. So pushing up here. Hold on. Did I miss something? Okay, let me see here. I have no idea, Joseph. It looks better than yesterday, but so far. Kind of getting a little consolidation here now. Good morning, Clarity. So Larry's watching him spam all the buy and sell buttons. Who? Morning, Francis. If you guys haven't already hit the like button for me, subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. Kind of just hanging out in this 850 area so far. He did so much he was tired over 100 micros. Who full time? I don't know what you're talking about. Tiger the Machine? Toger the Machine? I don't know who that is. Kind of just hanging out here. Not much. Oh, Stock Tiger. Okay, never mind. All right, I know what you're talking about now. I was like, what? Good old LT Gray. LT Gray. So ES holding up there at the VWAP 5632. Nasdaq not quite making it to the VWAP. A little bit on the choppy side right now. Kind of riding the 9 so far. It's kind of holding up here around the 40 level. Saboteur is alive. No position. As soon as he takes that micro trade, let me know. Let me know when he takes that micro trade. Pushing back up here. Looking like we want to take out that 75 level. There's the 45 candle. No real news. Nope. Okay. Don't quite know what that was, but yeah. That was a interesting candle. No news, Joseph. No news. Just a interesting, quick 40-point, 30-second candle. Yes, wick down to that 20 area. Trump farted. Yeah, could be. It could be for sure. Oh. Could get a 30-second long here, but the thing is, I do think the bias is bearish, so. Would have preferred us to push up and take out that 75 area there. We have a little wick up here. 74.50. but did not. Now it's just pushing lower here. ES back to the 20. You're up on the long, then boom, that sucks. 5K at market in order in the ES, waiting for news. Yeah, there was no real news that I saw, but I don't know. So ES back to the 20. Tom opened a single micro short right there, most likely. Most likely, huh? $241 left on this candle. ES working its way below the 20 there. Testing the 20 anyway, not below it yet. Retesting that 5-minute trend line there too. Yeah, Edward, that was a little strange. Just waiting to see what happens here. $30 seconds left on this 2-minute candle. Doesn't look like it's going to close. We may have to look at the 3-minute here, which I don't love doing. Well, maybe the 2-minute does close. Two-minute didn't close. 5-minute did. I'm jumping in here. Darn it, didn't mean to do that. I'm going to go break even at the low there. Got kind of a bad entry here, to be honest. Might end up just being a break-even trade. All right, there's the close. There's break even. Man, I was trying to like let that go. Patrick looking for Apex deal. I have no idea. Loading company vows to pass FOMC. Let's go. Thanks, Matty Matt. Yes, hitting that 56.10 level there. Kind of a late entry there. A little delay in pushing the button there. 6,788. I guess I'm right there at it. Not too bad. I'm gonna front run the low down there a little bit here. Just give myself 200 bucks in profit and be good with it if I can get that. Do I trade my funded futures? Yes. Discipline, let me look. I don't know which one's 1 day. The starter is 1 day to pass. The starter plus, I think it's 2. Let's go. All out there. Let me check the copier. We're good. Starter plus 50%. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Sorry, guys. I was concentrating on that trade. Yeah, I go with the starter usually. I'll go with the starter there. So there you guys go. There's my P&L. See if it copied. Did it copy across everything? I don't know that it did. Let me see. Hold on. Okay, there's the 2 Bulenox. The 10 APEX. We got that. And the Tradeify. Yep, it did. So $200 across the board there. Not bad. 4 micros. I got a little nervous there in the earliness. I should have probably let those 3 micros ride there. Probably would have been closer to $300, but that's all right. That is all right. Good morning, Owlboy. Good morning. So those 50Ks are now up 51,750. About $1,700. About $1,700 there on those 50Ks. Pretty good little trade there. We'll take it. Outlined it, waited on it, and waited on it. Kind of what we were looking for right there at open. It set itself up for us. We got the nice push up. Never believed in the long there. Would have liked for the 75 to be. Would have liked the 75 to have been taken, but yeah, I got the discipline. I just loaded up. This is the starter. This is the starter account. I actually wanted to take this on this as well, but that looked too good. I wanted to take it on my fundeds, so I wanted to concentrate on only the fundeds. The only thing I didn't take that on was the Take Profit Pro. Did not take that on that. Nice reaction off that level too. I don't know. I felt like I don't know what it was with my injury. I felt like I was late. Let me see. Oh, I think it's because the 5-minute closed. Okay. So the 5-minute closed at 7.99 and I didn't get in until 7.89. So I was in about 10 points lower than I felt like it should have been. That's what it was. So I could have got in off the 5-minute. So but ES pushing back there, pushing back up off that level. Again, the loss of 56.20 was key in the ES there. Mancini said that as well. That was another kind of confluence there that had going on. This is what I was watching the ES over there. You can see we actually lost the 20 when Nasdaq was kind of up here at like 812. So if we look at the same candle, 947, 947. So the open, the close of this candle is where we kind of, actually it was 948. We targeted where we kind of broke through, pushed back up, and then finally closed below 949 right there together. So that candle did not close below, but we had already lost the 20. Really could have just entered there, just anticipating the sell, but want to play it a little more safe. We were green yesterday. I didn't stream yesterday afternoon, but we were up $100. I took 2 micro long yesterday afternoon for $100 on those accounts. So it's crazy how much more you notice once I'm in the trade. Yeah, that's what goes on. That's what happens. You get that ultra concentration. You get that ultra concentration. So I did break that structure on the 5-minute here. I kind of had it marked out. I'll show you guys. This was open. We broke the structure here, and then we actually did retest it. And we had a nice push up past the first bridge. I mean, this technically was an okay trade. There's your first bridge. There's your second. Didn't quite, I guess it almost made it to the third, but you see how many bridges we have in there? Like, that's just not a good look. So while this did work for like 40 points, I don't know, I just sat it out. And then we broke back through that 5-minute trend, and then that's the push down. And you see actually right there, when we broke back through the 5-minute, I don't like taking entries off the 5-minute. That's why I waited, but that would have been the best entry, obviously. But I waited for the 2-minute to close, or the 3-minute right there to close, and then we took it. So yeah, nice little trade there. A little 30-point winner. It was around 30 points, I think. We were short from 89. We took it off at 65. So yeah, 79, 69. Yeah, like 25 points. On a mini, that would have been super nice, but I didn't want to risk it on a mini, so didn't want to risk it there on a mini. Here's the top of the hour, 10 o'clock. So the idea here is, guys, I want to load up on accounts from, I want to get 5 take profit traders and 3 my funded futures in the next week and a half. So that's going to be what I'm concentrating on. Currently have 2 take profit trader accounts. Want to make those, work those up to 5. So basically need to pass 3 TPTs and 3 my funded futures over the next week. Really want to have, especially the take profit traders, because doing really well with the daily payouts right now, and you can multiply, easy to kind of multiply those accounts, right? Instead of taking a $200 or $250 payout every day, you could take $1,250, so $1,000 a day effectively with just the $250 win. I don't know why I haven't been concentrating on that more, but that really is what I'm going to be concentrating on there. So I was thinking about a long here, but that kind of got me out of there. But that's my idea. I want to really maximize, especially those take profit trader accounts, and you know, go from there. All right, ES pushing back up here, 56.20. 5 minute kind of retesting that trend. We're retesting that previous inversion. Question is, do we reject here? Oh, there's the first 50 touch. Wasn't even looking. Let's kind of see what the ES does here. If it reclaims 20, we probably push up here at least back into like 28. Maybe test the VWAP. Maybe a little higher. This gap's 20 points. Apex back to 80%. Nice. Thank you, Marson. 80%. Much better than 50%. Let's go. There we go. We updated it. Oh, it's 80%. Oh, I was about to say for PW. What? Nobody wants it for PW. Marson says, it's for everyone, bro. Everybody. Let's go. Well, that means Bulenox is probably going to spark up a sell. Let me check right quick. Because usually when Apex does something, Bulenox does something a little better. So maybe an 83% from Bulenox. Let's see. Okay, we got something here, but what is it for Bulenox? Anybody know? All right, let me test this and see what this is. Because I see something new in here for Bulenox. Let me test it. Okay, let me test this. They got something going on here. We're going to see what it is. Account sign up. It's for 50K only, so for the 50K, boom. So they have 50K for $36. So that looks like, what is that? 80, what percentage off is that? I'll have to see what that is. I don't know. Let me see here. Hold on one second, guys. I'm trying to figure this out. 3. So I don't know what that is for Bulenox. I don't know. Okay, let me go back to it now. Yum, yum. Okay. So 50K is normally 175 and it's 36 now. So what is that? 36. That's 80% off. So Bulenox is also 80% off now. $36 for the 50K. Use MM1 or MM for the 50K, and then the 25K is also on sale. I'm going to assume it's the same and use MM. MM for the regular 50K, MM1 for the 25K. All right, kind of ES trying to pop that 20, just not quite getting there yet. Thank you, thank you. Let's see here. Let me see what that 25K is. Let's make sure that it's the same. Nice rejection there. I'm thinking about, I'm gonna take this. I'm just gonna have my stop at the high there. Let me see what the 25K cost. So the 25K is $23. So let me see here. So it's 83% off. The 25K is actually 83% off. So 25K is 83% off. I don't even know what I'm risking here. What, 8, 9, 17? All right, not bad. ES tested that 20. That's the reason I'm short here. ES tested the 20. It didn't get above there, but it is retesting it now. It might get above there now. What up, Ash? Where you been, my man? And stopped out. ES reclaiming that 20 level for now. Does it actually reclaim it here or not? Is the question. Does it hold it? Yeah, it did. Ripped higher right there too. Dang. Immediately ripped up like 2-3 points there. Do we get a pullback? Yeah, it's just going. I guess long would have been the play there. See a little pullback here. Maybe we'll take a long. Took the 10 o'clock reversal. I did not room. I was short into this level on my fundeds. Didn't quite get the pullback I wanted there. I wanted a little deeper than that. Yeah, room, we're green. We're green. Took it on every account, on all our fundeds. So there you go. Man, I should have taken that long. I don't know. I was waiting on a pullback there. Yeah, 4-hour low. There was a 4-hour low down there. Or hourly low. Sitting down there at 750. I took this inversion short off 88, 89. I think I was short from 89. Took it off at 65. Scaled out. Need a little pullback here. Getting finally a little pullback. $750 was previous. Yes, exactly. I'm trying to be a little more patient today. I feel like I've been over trading a little bit, especially in these evals. So I've been trying to be a little more patient. On my entries, I don't really want to just enter, but I feel like you should have already been in probably from down here 812, maybe even on this little pullback breakout 805 area. Feels kind of wrong to enter now. ES is breaking above the VWAP there, though. That was a soup at that area there. You did have one manipulation leg and just a little push higher. It's interesting. Guys, the baseball team is 7-0. Aren't you guys excited? By the way, I was ejected last night. Anybody? I want to. Why do you think I was ejected? Let's start a poll. Let's start a poll here. Why was Methodical ejected from the game? You can say attitude or friendliness. Why was I ejected from the game last night? Those are the only options. You can't choose anything other than that. So find one and pick it. Why was Methodical ejected? Too rich? No. Ruth. Too poor, maybe. The funny thing about that room is, I will say this, like, everyone has their own version of rich. You know what I mean? And mine's probably very different than some. I don't consider myself wealthy at all. I'm such a nice guy, Market Maker said. I shouted long... I can't say that, Edward. Not on the stream. That's a good thing to shout, though. We got 2 games left. We got one tonight and one Friday. And then I was thinking about giving out some sort of awards at the end of the year. So, oh, I'm rich in love. Okay. But yeah, do the poll. Yeah, that's true, Room. That's true. Do the poll. What do you guys think? Man, a lot of people think attitude. Attitude, really? You think Methodical has an attitude? Come on. I will reveal in 5 minutes why I was ejected from the game. Why was I ejected? I don't know. I bribed the ref. No bribery occurred. If anything, we got hosed on a couple of calls that I didn't say anything about. All right, guys, I am going to short here again. And, woo, $1,000. I didn't realize that was how much that would be. Oh, well. It'll be daily loss limit for me here if this stops us. We'll take one off down here at 10 points if we can get it. Fight with another dad. Oh, yeah. Poof, poof, poof. Yeah, that was my first ejection. Streaking. That's a new one. There was a mouthy kid on the other team, Jamie. There was words exchanged. But I didn't exchange those words. The other team was a bit feisty. I don't like this trade anymore. I'm going to kill it. Save myself a few bucks. Maybe save myself the daily loss limit. It'll probably go down now after I did that. Well, we're only $100. We're $85 away from the loss limit now, so. Save myself a few bucks there. See if we can't. I mean, we're probably going to hit the daily loss limit here no matter what anyway, so. See if we can't scalp a little bit back at a time here. I'll put the stop in if we can. Well, yeah. Yep, it just might be it. All right, took a couple points. Got a couple dollars back there. We got $100 left here on this account. I think the daily loss limit. The game, baseball, Ash, we play, coach the 14U team. I'm the head coach of the 14U team. As you can see in the chat there, we are 7-0. We won last night 12-2. I was ejected in the first inning. We were leading 5-1 when I was ejected. 5-1. You're getting smash curd? That sucks. What up, Alcy Faye? How you doing? I'm getting smashed on the eval, which, I mean, if I'm going to get smashed, it's going to be eval, right? I'm kind of annoyed because, like, I had this play marked out on the ES here. The recovery of the 20 is your entry, so that should have been my entry. And then we're supposed to go to 36. 14 points. Had it set up for the Take Private Trader account. Didn't take it. I don't know why I didn't take it. I hesitated. Then by the time I hesitated, it was too late. So, all right, guys. I'm going to tell you now why I was ejected. So we had 19 votes. 74% says attitude. 26 says friendliness. Well, I would say that you guys, the friendliness is probably correct, although not really. So what happened was we had our number 9 hitter at bat. So one of our lower end players, we bat 12. We have 12 players on the team. We bat 12. And our number 9 hitter was at bat, and he fouled a ball off down the left field line. The catcher picked up his bat and looked at it. And in the league that we're playing in, you're only allowed to use a drop 3 bat. Somehow he had a drop 11. And apparently he's been using it all year, even though in the first practice, in the first game, we said drop 3 bats only. Also, the parents signed a form acknowledging that they understood drop 3 bats only. So he had an illegal bat, basically, even though the bat that he had was an inferior bat to the bats that we are required to use. So it was not a competitive advantage at all for him to use that bat. It was actually a disadvantage. But because of that reason, the umpires ejected me and him. And they actually made a mistake because it's not a player ejection in that instance. It's only supposed to be coach, because I'm responsible for all equipment that's used. So, yeah. So that's why I was ejected. Nothing I did, obviously. Drop 3 just means that 3 ounces is taken out of the bat. So if you have a 31-inch, say you have a 31-inch, 30-ounce bat, the drop 3 effectively makes it a 31-inch, 27-ounce bat. So, no, I didn't even argue. They said ejection, and I just said, okay, and left. So the umpire, I'm friendly with the umpire. I know I've seen him before. He's been our ump before. Both of them have. And so, but what they got wrong was they ejected my player. And so every time my player came up to bat thereafter, or we got to his spot, we had to take an out. But in the rules, it states that it's only a coach ejection because coaches are responsible for the equipment. So my player was upset. I mean, he actually was crying in the dugout, because, I mean, he wanted to play. And but the rule book, we checked the rules after the game, and we're going to let them know. But since it didn't affect the outcome, I'm not too upset about it. But had it affected the outcome, it might be a different story, All 3 of our boys play baseball. I never heard of that. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, I was able to stay in the dugout. So basically, instead of me yelling from the third base line, where I normally stand, I was yelling at the guys from the dugout. So, but Jackson pitched 3 scoreless innings. He actually did not give up a hit, even though they scored 2 runs. How they scored their runs was he walked 2 people. So he pitched 3 innings, no hits, 2 walks. Both people stole second and third, and on the throw down to third, our catcher made a bit of a wild throw, and both times it went into left field, and the runner was able to score. So Jackson actually didn't give up any hits. That's a back-to-back no-hitters for him. And we're playing a team that we've already beat once tonight. And Marissa no-hit that team in our last outing that we played against them. So she's going to pitch against them again tonight. So should be fun. Should be fun. Well, the parent didn't know. He bought this kid a drop 11. And he said that he spoke to a coach about it and that a coach told him it was okay. And I was like, I approached him like right after the game. I was like, hey, who told you it was okay? Because I know I didn't. And he was like, oh, I don't remember. So I think he was just kind of like, you know, he just made a mistake. I mean, it's okay. It happens. At least it didn't cost us the game or anything, you know. Because trust me, when you don't have me out there screaming, it's a different game. It's a different game when I ain't out there yelling. I'm very interactive in my coaching. I'm very vocal and trying to let the kids know where they should be, what they should be doing, that sort of thing. Man, I cannot believe I missed that long. Thank you, Ash. I saved my voice. Actually, full time, it made it worse. That's why you hear me like, I mean, my voice was gone when I got home last night. I couldn't talk. Could not talk. I'm already still scratchy this morning. But yeah, we're improving. If you look at the scores right there from Streamlabs, I mean, look at the first game. We're 7-0. First game was 7-3. Second game 9-7. Third game 8-0. Fourth game 9-8. Since that fourth game, we really hit our stride. 13-3, 12-1, 12-2. Very difficult to score more than 12 or 13 runs because there's a 6-run rule limit per inning maximum. So typically, the typical game is only 3 innings. So if you run rule them 2 innings, you're probably not going to bat a third time. That was the case last night and the game before. We scored 12 runs in 2 innings. Does anyone do highlights? No, not really, Ash. I did think about recording some of it, but I don't know. Maybe I will in All-Star. Our All-Stars. I'll be the All-Star coach too. So... trade deals with May come as soon as this week. Not big news, but probably. That's true. That's probably true, Edward. Full-time, it has a time limit. There are 14 and under. And the time limit is 1.5 hours. So you play as much baseball as you can in 1.5 hours. So once we go to our All-Star tournament, the championship game will have a 7-inning game or 2 hours. So, yeah, this is the last year that Jackson's going to be able to play spring ball. He will have one more season in him. He will be able to play fall ball. He'll be able to play fall ball in the fall, but that's it. So then I'll probably coach my youngest. He's only 2, so once he gets up there, I'll coach him too. But until then, I might be a little retired. But it's kind of funny. Jason, our 15-year-old, I put him in to coach because we only have 2 coaches, just me and 1 assistant. And so when they threw me out, I said, "Jason, get in there." And he looked at me funny, and then he jumped in there, and he really enjoyed it. He was like, "I hope they suspend you for a game." I was like, "Why would they suspend me?" But if you blew the umpire, your throat would still be sore, but the issue may have been overlooked. Nothing like that now. All right, unfortunately, we hit the daily loss limit on this account. That sucks. That sucks. Means I'm going to have more work to do on this account tomorrow. Let's get another account here. I only plan on buying 3 of these. I really want to pass just these 3. I don't want to buy any more than that. So this coupon code sucks. It doesn't give me any money off. I'm not going to tell you whose coupon code it is, but starts with a P and ends with a 9. Gives me no money off. Why am I using it? You guys use MM even if it doesn't give you any discount, okay? Even if there's no discount, still use it. Appreciate you. So, yeah, I don't rant full time at the umpires because here's the thing, like at this age, you know, you got some things that you just got to accept. If the ball beats your player to the bag and they miss the tag, they're probably still out. They're probably still going to be called out. You know what I mean? So they're probably still going to be called out. That's one of the things like I just accept. Balks is what bothers me. The pitcher of the opposing team balked like 15 times last night. They called it once. And balks, it really messes up your base runners because they're looking for a specific thing. And when the pitcher does something different, then it throws off the timing of the steal. Same thing with the batter. He's looking for a specific thing. And so when the pitcher does something that he's not supposed to, it throws off his swing. You know, it throws off everything. But umpires, you know, unfortunately, whenever I complain about a balk, they typically just point to the scoreboard. Like, hey, you're crushing this team. What do you care? Well, I still care. No, I'm not watching any. I don't watch soccer or anything like that, Curd. Maybe someone else is, though. Come on, connection. Get back in here. That initial balance is going to be set here in less than a minute, 45 seconds. So what is going on here? It's taking a long time to reconnect. Oh, you're watching it? Oh, nice. All right, let's get on our new account. We might can get a little 9 bounce there that we missed. 5650 is the next kind of line in the sand here for the ES. Let's see here. It wants to push Bears control below 65 to 73. 36 and 50 are a big resistance. Excuse me, goodness. All right, pushing up here. Again, we got a pivot point on the ES there at the 5649 area. A little tap of the initial balance there, a little pullback. It's also the 5-minute trend line here. Let me grab, hold on one second, guys. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Whoa. What site do you see the news reports at 9? I use investing.com. I like it. I don't know. It shows you everything. The only thing it doesn't show is the, like, if Trump's talking. So 10-year note auction at 1. I mean, it might not do much. A little action. But I use investing.com. Just come over here to the economic calendar. That's what I use. But, of course, you can use Financial Jews. I don't know. There's a couple of them. Thank you, Tin Can. Hit the like button. Forex Factory. Yeah, you can use any of them. So quite a few of them there that you can use. Do we? I mean, I don't know, man. I'm trying to wait here. Going to need some sort of a pullback in order to get in. I'm going to be patient. Try to treat this like a funded account if I can. I mean, what's the push? What is the next level up there? 25, 925. All right, I wanted to get in a little sooner than this, but I want to take it 925, 924. I don't like having this big of a stop. I really don't. We'll leave it there. Nice little day one. Oh, let's go. Nice job, Coach Fred. SMT with the ES on the 4 hour looks bullish. Yeah, I think we're bullish too, like for now. But I do, the ES is approaching a really big resistant area. So I might actually take this off up here at like 908, 910. Actually, it was just up there already, huh? I'm going to take it off right there. I don't like my position. I don't like my entry at all here. I just said I want to be more patient. I do think that we pop this 925, 930 maybe. But it could also turn right back down here for a bit. Would I be shocked if we turn back down here? Maybe revisit the 860 area. Yeah, like that VWAP area. All right, so there you go. My idea was right. I just... All right, I'm going to short this here. And I'll take one off at like 95. See if we can get a little runner going back. This is big resistance here. This could... It might get one more push higher, though, is the only thing. I probably should have just went one here, but... Still closed below here. Let's see if it can get a little pullback. And I'm just going to go stop to break even here if this one hits. Stop to break even. Let's just see where it can go. Maybe something like down here. Stop me out. Previous day low 966. Yeah, it could be heading towards that area. Back to the 20K level. I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, at all. It might be full-time. Very, very well could be. I still think this is a reasonable spot to short, but I probably should just be waiting. I like how the ES looks now, though. Man, I think this thing's going to rip lower. I think we're going to pull back into the VWAP area. All right, I'm going to try it again. Just one this time, though. Nothing. Not two. We'll go stop to break even at like 91. Like 91, I'm going to go stop to break even. So right there. Let's look for a sweep of these wicks down here. Lose the 90, it should move quickly into here. Should just move quickly. This might be a spot where I really need to leave my stop not at break even. Only micro trading. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. We could just get through the 90 here. We get a pretty big candle down lower, but not so far. All right, stop me out. I should have moved it back to the high. I don't know why I didn't. Should have moved it to the high. That was kind of stupid. $2.2 million, yeah. No, there's nothing wrong with trading micros. I still think we sweep these lows. I think we're going up still, but like the problem is I would think that we sweep these lows maybe. Long, yeah, I was long two room. I just I felt like it was going to go lower there, at least sweep these lows. But the more I looked at it, I mean, that's if it didn't get them on this candle here, I was looking kind of bullish engulfing there. So short still might work. Up $200 on that account, nothing crazy. For the volatility, you really need nanos. What is nanos? What is a nano? Oh, like a nano? Okay, I got what you mean. 56.65 is the next level up there in the ES. Nano Mork. Mork and Minnie. Mork and Mindy. 1/10 of micros. That's a bit, yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. I mean, you could just go with a micro. It'd be fine. I think the volatility, like maybe like 3-4 weeks ago, the volatility right now to me seems relatively normal. Pine Tree, how you doing this morning? Making any money? Making any cashola? Good morning from Mass. What's up, Futures Trader 33? My friend Stewart's over there in Mass. He's in Stoughton. Stoughton. If you know where Stoughton is. A suburb. No real money. So. Get in there. What are you doing? Feels like we might pop up here, huh? Kind of consolidating. We may get another leg up. Does it feel like that to you guys? Kind of at that 5-minute trend line? I mean, it feels like we might make another leg up to me. Longer it consolidates up here, that probably is what happens. Oh, that's your neighbor. Nice. That little consolidation could either take us lower or rip us higher. Feels like it's going to rip us higher. I'll take a little stab here again. I kind of switched over into a little bit of a scalp mode here. Just going to take 5-6 points at a time. Wolframie here. Woof! See if we can pop. See if it loses. If we don't hold the whole number. We'll see. Astex will, I don't know. I mean, they pay me out, no problem, Futures Trader. Whenever I've never been denied, knock on wood. But I do follow the rules, and it's not because I'm a streamer. They don't know who I am. Trust me, I don't make enough money with them for it to matter to them. So, Apex is in the bottom. I mean, I can tell you exactly where they are as far as affiliates. They are... I made more on Tradeify. I made more on Take Profit Trader. I made more on Bulenox. And very close on my funded futures. So they're like 4th or 5th in my affiliate numbers. So. Boom, 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 boom. But yeah, I mean, I get it. You know, what does it say? Everyone says, your mileage may vary. Everybody's experience is different, right? Everybody's experience is different. I don't know that I want to let this little... Okay, I was going to say, I don't really want to let that go back red. If you don't follow the rules and you YOLO, don't expect to get paid. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. What happened, Futures Trader? Did they give you a reason? What happened? I don't know. I mean, the windfall thing, like, really shouldn't affect you if you have... Like me, I trade with brackets. I'm going for a 30-point win with 4 micros, or I'm going for a 20-point win with 1 mini, right? So, you get what I'm saying? So you can see these are no accounts available for payout. No shite. But these are my accounts. You can see here, never a single denied payout. I don't even know how many that is, but never a denied payout. Never, not one. But most of my time that I'm trading, I mean, I'm not trading these and getting payouts in 5 days or 10 days or whatever. You can see most of these are 20 days plus. You know, it takes me a minute to get the payout. Got a couple 10 days in there, but not very many of them. So I'm just kind of grinding it. You got an ad for a payout? I didn't request. Let's go. No, I don't think you're a yellow trader either. There are people with no real strategy who are hoping to get lucky. Yeah, it could be. One of yours is getting record highs after 3 denials. That's the thing. If they do deny you, just trade 8 more days, right? You can even flip 3. You can trade 5 days, $50. I mean, I get it. Psychologically, it is a thing where it messes with your head, and like the $50 seems so small. It's really not, right? $50 sometimes can be hard to get. You know, it could be one of those things, but like I said, everybody's experience is different. Mine with them's been fine. I have not been denied by any prop firm. The only prop firm that did not pay me payouts was Fast Track Trading, which we got a letter in the mail yesterday, guys. Let's look at the letter. Let's look at the letter. I got a bankruptcy letter in the mail yesterday from Fast Track. Make sure I don't expose my address. You're struggling to make 125 a day on 25 accounts? Well, you know, or 25Ks. So, yeah, that's true. You are able to withdraw them, Coach Fred. Some people say you don't withdraw them to reset it. So a 2016 Maserati sold for $1,210. 2014 BMW sold for $800. 2017 Bentley sold for $4,010. A Babe Ruth signed baseball sold for $750. Yeah. Total amount after commissions, $6,770 before commissions. That's crazy. Oh, wait, is this expenses? What is this? I thought they sold for this. Request for compensation in the amount. If you object to the proposed compensation or reimbursement of expenses. Oh, never mind. I thought these sold for that, apparently. Well, what is this? I don't know what that is. I don't know what this is. It looks like it's something sold. If you object to the proposed compensation or reimburses of expenses, you must file an objection. I don't know. It's what it looks like anyway. Seems like a good auction. Yeah. You received one from them also. You never bought their evals though. No. You had second thoughts. Probably good second thoughts. I don't know. Where were you, Pine Tree? Yeah, you should have been to that auction. Calm down. Everyone will get paid. What was that? What's that prop firm that Kellyanne made a video on where they say at the end, "Welcome home," and she called him a scam, and then she was like, "Here's your proof." And at the end of the video, he says, "Welcome home," like Scott used to say. Welcome home. The timing of these sales is interesting. I don't know. I hate weeks. I mean, if it's a 17 Bentley, not going to be worth that much, to be honest with you. It's almost 10 years old. And those are so expensive to work on, but I get what you're saying. A little stab here. I'm going to go stop to break even pretty quickly here. They didn't even let me put the stop in. All right, I'll just take it off. Use those letters for extra toilet paper. Welcome to Texas. Yeah, he's not going to prison full time. I've said that before. He's not going to get any jail time. I mean, not saying he shouldn't. I'm just saying I know how this stuff normally works out, and they don't go jail. They don't go to jail usually. Usually they don't go to jail. All right, now this looks like made one more manipulation leg higher. Now it looks like it's going to want to take out this 880 area. And we might go in off this 881 because look where it lines up with. It lines right up with the 50 EMA here. So I might go in this like full port. Let's just do something like this. A 10-year-old Bentley for 4K? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I agree. I'm not saying it's not cheap. I'm just saying, you know, at an auction, you got to have someone willing to buy it. A 2016 Maserati for $1,200 seems cheap. Maserati lose their value pretty heavy too. A 14 BMW, which is 11 years old, for $800. The Babe Ruth baseball, $750. Maybe that's cheap too. I don't know. Maybe that's cheap too. Very heavy supply at the 21. Let me check my... Yeah, I do see that. Let's see if we get tagged in here. We'll look for a little bounce there. Yeah, I'm sure they probably are. full time. The Lexus LS, I don't know. It's definitely scammy, but you know, it is what it is. Stream keeps buffering. Seems fine on my end. Anybody else having a problem? The Babe Ruth was fake. It might have been. Fake Babe Ruth ball. He did buy some odd stuff, like those cars and stuff. I don't know. Yeah, 81. Around the 81 level. I got a little limit order sitting there for just a little 5-point bounce. Nothing crazy. I should probably go for more, to be honest. Yeah, I get that, Pine Tree, but nobody's renting 10-year-old exotic cars. They want the new stuff. Yeah, it's mini scalp with big size. Three minis. So the only problem with it is here, if it doesn't work, I look like an idiot, right? So may not even get tagged in. I don't know. Just looking for a little mini reaction off the 50 touch. If we get it, just 6 points. 6 points. That's it. Nothing crazy. Five-minute new candle just opened here on the 5-minute. We did reject that trend line there. Didn't close above it. So now if this bounces at the 82, which is where the 50 is right now, I just won't be in. I'll take it off. All right, well, we're just seeing what happens here. Nothing so far. Just kind of holding off in this area here, holding up. Again, this could end up dumb, but I'm not front running the 50 here. I think we sweep these wicks. Problem is, I mean, we may not get tagged in on this. Does not look like it's going to tag us in. The Sabo box is forming. The Thomas 1 micro peso Sabo box is forming. What am I talking about? All right, too far away from it now. Did not get the sweep we were looking for there. Yes, closing back above initial balance. Approaching the pivot there, 648. Nasdaq closing above initial balance as well. How far above? I don't want to do 3. Let's do 1 at a time here. Let's see, let's get a little bounce here. Three out of three, says Room. Perfection. Room said no one is perfection like Room is. Little smiley face. Do we get a tongue? Oh. Come on, you can do it. Get up there. There's a cat on TV, and Max is going crazy. Execution 0 out of 3. Gonna hang fire myself for a bit longer. You missed the entry. That sucks. Here's a frickin' what is this? Apex changed the rules retroactively. You have to trade every 180 days. I mean, who's not taking a trade in 180 days? I don't know. That seems like a fair rule. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I should have added there on that pullback. I don't know why I didn't. We do have top of the hour in 19 seconds. Just noticed that. Max loves that kitty. He does. A retest of the ORB. Kellyanne will make a video on it. She probably will. Uh-oh. I don't have a stop in. Well, can it go? There it is. Let's go. Little scalpy scalp. Oh. Oh. There's the push. Wow. Oh, we pushed right through there. I was about to say, did we leave triple equal highs? Oh, so there was not an activity rule before. Inactivity? I don't know. I mean, 180 days is 6 months. I mean, if you're not trading your account at least once in 6 months, I mean, that's... I don't know. That's a long time, right? I guess I trade every day, so it feels like it's fine, right? But I guess maybe there are some people who walk away, don't take a trade for a week or 2 or 3 or 4, and then maybe they come back when they feel like it, so on and so forth. Could be. Maybe it's a thing. I just don't know about it. All right, guys, let me go over kind of how we did today. We did hit the daily loss limit on one my funded futures account, so down $1,200 on that. We are up on this one, $500. We did not take a Take Profit Trader Pro account, still sitting there at $0 on either of those. So we will look for those, a trade on those this afternoon probably. And then over here on the funded accounts, you guys saw the trade this morning. 25-point winner. What is that? 13 accounts, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 accounts. So 13 funded accounts, $200 each, basically. A little slippage down here, but So not too bad today. I'm going to go ahead and call it there, but I will come back. I'm going to come back this afternoon probably. I have to pick my daughter up from school, but probably 2 o'clock. I'm going to get back on. I'll have to pick her up at 2:30, 2:45, and then I will just leave the stream running, come back at 3:10, 3:15, and trade through the end of the day. So if you guys haven't already, hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. Remember, tomorrow's FOMC, so if you want to pick up some evals, 80% off APEX, 80% off Bulenox. Did I not change that Bulenox to 80%? I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. Did I not change Bulenox? Oh, it still shows 40%, 45. So 80% off Bulenox. They actually have 83% off the 25K. So you can get the 25K for $26, I think. But anyways, 30% off Take Profit Trader. That's the best deal to me. And then 5% off My Fund of Futures if you use the code MM. 30% off no activation fee for the Take Profit Trader deal. Get daily payouts, guys. Appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you.